Back in the 1990s, I was living in Silver Spring, Maryland, which was a suburb of the nation's capital. As I didn't have a lot of money at the time, I lived in a lower middle class area. It was predominantly composed of blacks and Hispanics. I was one of the few white people living there. It was a little sketchy, a little bit of a sketchy area with above normal crime. Was not considered a desirable place to live for most people, but uh, it suited the bill for me at the time, and I was able to save some money. What was interesting was in my final couple of years of my stay there, heading into the early 2000s, that part of Silver Spring and really a big part of the city underwent an urban renewal campaign, or what nowadays they call gentrification. Every day I was awakened to the sound of jackhammers tearing up sidewalks, uh, dynamite blowing up, blasting foundations for massive buildings and construction projects. They revitalized the entire city. And during that urban renewal cycle, I personally witnessed more than a few lower income individuals being condemned, or I should say, having their houses condemned and escorted out of their homes. And the city put condemnation posters on the houses, which were later bought up by businesses. And they were allowed, these former homes were allowed to be transformed into businesses. And the whole experience made me realize that urban renewal is really an effort on the part of real estate developers to take areas, cities, blocks, neighborhoods, etc., that are considered undervalued or undesirable, buy them for a song, and of course revamp them for a much bigger profit. And that's what happened in Silver Spring. I also realized that an integral role of the entire process of urban renewal, especially when it takes place on a bigger level like the city level, is the use of lower income minorities for the purpose of driving down real estate values. These demographics are, of course, known to have higher, above average crime levels, which, of course, creates white flight. It drives out the, shall we say, the wider elements of society and makes it easier for real estate developers and other commercial interests to buy up property for pennies on the dollar. We see this not only on the local level, the town and city level, but even on national levels. And we've seen it play out in a very big fashion since 2020. The crisis event of the years 2020 and 21 has really witnessed a number of urban renewal campaigns across America and around the world. You see it in areas like New York City, Seattle, San Francisco, etc., where millions of citizens take flight and they leave these formerly desirable cities because of the rampant crime that was deliberately encouraged and allowed to spread, driving down real estate values and allowing a lot of these developers to come in and remake, reshape, and reform the city. And I think the purpose of these recent urban renewal campaigns, I'm talking about ones like in New York City, is to pave the way for so-called smart cities, to make it easier for these high-tech, computer-driven cities that are really nothing more than glorified electronic prisons. And this appears to be the wave of the future of big cities like New York and San Francisco. And I just wanted to bring to your attention how the urban renewal cycle plays out. And another lesson I learned about my experience with urban renewal is that to these people, to the shall we say, the architects of urban renewal, lower class blacks and Hispanics and other minority groups are regarded as bulldozers, so to speak, that they use for the sole express purpose of driving down real estate values. And once they've accomplished that, they move them, of course, they shoo them out, get them out of town, and then welcome in the the upper scale yuppie type, or the the more well-heeled white community, as they did in Silver Spring back in the early 2000s. Those are my thoughts on urban renewal. I just thought I'd share them. If you have any insights, personal experiences with urban renewal, please share them in the comment section below. But thanks for listening, and I'll see you later.